I genuinely believe that if any business had those values, then it has to work.
It is no wonder that you have built such a successful brand and business. Can you tell us a story about the founding of Bolt Fitness and why you started the business?
Absolutely. So I moved over to Australia 11 years ago and I couldn't find a gym that I resonated with. So whilst looking at lots of different gyms, I explored CrossFit, I explored lots of other functional training studios, but there was something still missing. And for me, that was the personal approach to training itself. So I liked the group aspect of those, but there was nothing personalized. So I took what I enjoyed about CrossFit, what I enjoyed about other functional training styles, and what I believe everybody needs, which is a personalized approach, and created Bolt Fitness.
How long did that journey sort of take? What did you go through? What led you to that?
So it took me about 3 years of training at different gyms and not really enjoying what I was doing for an extended period of time. Yes, it'd be fun at the start, but then I quickly got bored because it wasn't right for me. So yeah, after 3 years, I decided to go out and start looking into how I can create my own brand or my own training style that I believe would be able to help the right people.
That's excellent. Thanks for sharing. So tell us a bit about the mission. How do you empower your members through your services?
The mission is quite simple. It's to positively impact the lives of 1,500 local families from this area. And we do that with our unique method. So unlike other gyms that just do training or they give you a key fob to go and access it, what we do is we use a 5-step approach, which we've actually registered as our own. So it's the MENT method. And we focus on these pillars: mindset, education, accountability, nutrition, and training, because I believe everyone is at a different stage of each of those. Therefore, they need a different approach to get the results that they want.
You really thought those out. Like how did you come up with, or what did you go through to get that MENT solution? The
words of the MENT actually took a lot longer than the application of what they included. So obviously mindset is quite simple, but understanding the reasons why people fall off and drop off. And we were too busy at one stage focusing on trying to help the people without being able to label it and solve it in a certain way. Same with education. Like we believe that everyone needs to be educated in the right areas, at the right level, at the right speed, at the right time. And we found that during training or during consultations, we were constantly imparting our knowledge and experience on people. So we just called that educating. And then once we got the mindset and the educate, it quickly just flowed into holding people accountable, nutrition, because it's obvious it's part of gym and goals and life and health anyway, and then training. So they were there for a long time, but there was never in that simple form of the MENT method. And I think it's an industry-wide thing. We always focus on training first, then it's nutrition, but that's actually the last two things we focus on, because if you don't get the mindset right, the education, be held accountable to that with good nutrition and training, then it all falls apart.
That's amazing. It was under the surface and you just, through everything that you did, brought it to the top and classified it so that you could educate your customers, I guess, from the beginning through the middle through to the longevity of having them be a member. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you. So Bolt Fitness is such a strong brand and identity. What strategies and elements did you focus on to build such a great brand?
So to build a good brand, I put myself in the shoes of the customer. Like I've already mentioned, trying to find a gym that was right for me and what I wanted, what I needed was quite difficult. So I reverse engineered that, put myself in the shoes of the customer and thought, okay, if I was this person, what would I want, what would I need, what would I feel, what would I think? And that ultimately then allowed me to give them what they wanted. So put myself in their shoes firstly, and then maintained consistency and professionalism throughout that whole period of growth at the very start. So when we first started up, it was always customer focused, we stayed professional, and we had the bigger picture of serving people for a long period of time, not just quick fixes.
That's excellent. I love that consistency, and I love that you've shared like reverse engineer. When we listen to our customers through the process of serving them, we really do better understand their needs so that we can accommodate them. One of my favorite pieces from a book is we are the sidekick to our customers. We need to help them be a better hero. So absolutely brilliant. Thank you for sharing, that's great. How has your brand evolved through your journey, and what are some significant milestones along that journey?
8 years ago, Bolt Fitness was born. Ever since then, whilst listening to our customers and being true to our mission of helping more and more families in the local area, we felt the need to bolt on more services. So it's literally by accident that the name of the business has turned into a perfect name, because now we have a female-only studio, we have a Pilates reformer studio, we have an online program for people that can't make it into the gym as well. So in essence, we've evolved by bolting things on to the business, which worked out perfectly. Back in the day, I was looking at just the gym, but all these bolted add-ons have been perfect.
Can you share some examples of how your brand values have empowered you in the business?
I like to make things as simple as possible, hence the MENT method and the pillars for our training. But what I've done for our staff is the same MENT method, but we are mission driven, excellence, accountable to each other, we nurture, and then it's all about teamwork. So every decision we make in the business, everything that we do is always in line with one of those 5 values. So the decision-making process behind what we do is based on helping those families positively impact their life.
I love that you've taken the MENT word and partnered it with your values. So your delivery method versus your values, they are so aligned.
It just, yeah, it worked. Like I said, with Bolt Fitness 8 years ago, we now bolt on. And then those pillars meant, I believe that's the way training is meant to be.
Yeah, I love it.
And with the way that we run a business, I think the business is meant to be all of those things. And I genuinely believe that if any business had those values, mission-driven, excellent standards, accountable to each other and the customer, nurtured opportunities and looked for growth and worked as a team, then it has to work. So
they'd succeed.
It's meant to be. as cliche as that sounds, like it literally works perfectly. And then we don't have this crazy values list in the office that nobody understands.
Yeah.
It's very simple and it's easy then. If we believe in it, we don't have to think about it because it's just what we do naturally.
What do you believe are the critical factors that have led to Bolt Fitness's success?
The main thing I believe behind the success that we've had is always being customer focused, listening to the needs of the customer, hence why we added on a female only studio, we added on Pilates, we've added the online training. So ultimately listening to the needs of the customer and staying true to the mission, because if we listen to the customer and our mission was to help more families, then it had to align. So we haven't jumped on the hottest new trend. We haven't jumped on the next big thing. What we've done is we've thought about it from the start, and we've built each of those pillars out to what pretty much guarantees results for our customers, and that's one of our promises. We'll guarantee results or give their money back if they follow those simple steps. So when we then tell a customer that we've got all the answers they need, they just need to do it. As long as those both things comes together, it's what allowed us to do so well over so long.
Listening, consistency, building a structure, a plan, a mission that serves your customers, incorporating that into your team and your daily processes and decision making. It is no wonder that you have built such a successful brand and business. Thank you for sharing today, Ceri. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I can't wait to share this information, this story with the world. So cheers, buddy.
Thanks to Optimize as well for building me 3 awesome websites for the businesses. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Cheers.